Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and safe and staying very well at your homes. So, children, in today's lecture, I am just going to discuss the solutions of the questions which were given in the test of chapter number 2 as well as chapter number 3. Children, the very first question was find a quadratic polynomial if sum and the product of the zeros are root 2 and 3 respectively. Means you have to tell the quadratic polynomial in which you will be knowing the sum of the zeros which is root 2 and product of the zeros which is 3. So children, the solution is you will be having the sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta is equal to root 2 and alpha into beta, that is 3. So what is the formula to calculate the required polynomial, which is a quadratic polynomial actually? That is x square minus sx plus p. What is s? This is sum of the zeros, and what is p? That is product of the zeros. So definitely the required quadratic polynomial will be x square minus root 2x plus 3. Now children, question number 2 is on comparing the ratios, that is a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2, find out whether the line representing the given pair of linear equations intersect at a point or whether they are parallel or they are coinciding each other. And you will be having this pair of linear equation given, that is 9x plus 3y plus 12 is equal to 0 and 18x plus 6y plus 24 is equal to 0. Now the solution is, first of all I am going to compare this pair of linear equations in two variables by the generalized form. What is the generalized form, children? That is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So after comparing both the equations by the generalized form, I have got a1 as 9, b1 as 3, c1 as 12, a2 as 18, b2 as 6 and c2 as 24. So children, please be focused. 9 upon 18 is equal to 3 upon 6 is equal to 12 upon 24. All the ratios are equal to 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. So what can I say? That a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. So as this relation is going to be satisfied, so what can we say? That the lines are coinciding each other and of course the system will be consistent. When do we call a system consistent? When there are solutions existing. So in this case definitely there will be infinitely many solutions are going to be exist. So the system will be consistent. Understood, children? Fine. Now children, let us switch to section B, 2 markers each. Question number 3, you have to divide 2x square plus 3x plus 1 by x plus 2. Only the division is asked in this question. So here is the solution. Let dividend, that is px is equal to 2x square plus 3x plus 1 and gx is equal to x plus 2. Fine, children. So let us start a division. Here this is complete dividend and this is gx, which is divisor. So by what expression or by what term, by what value I should multiply gx so that I can get 2x square here. So I am going to multiply this by 2x. When I multiplied it by 2x, I have got 2x square plus 4x. In division, you know, we have to subtract. So this complete expression is going to be eliminated. 2x square minus 2x square, they both are going to be cancelled. So here I have got minus x plus 1. So now I am multiplying complete gx by minus 1. After multiplying it by minus 1, children, I have got minus x minus 2. Changing the sign because I am going to subtract minus x minus 2 from minus x plus 1. So this is minus x plus x, both are going to be cancelled. Here I have got 3 as rx. This is remainder and 2x minus 1 is quotient. Understood, children? Now children, switch to next question of section B, that is given linear equation is equal to 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. Write another linear equation in two variables such that the geometrical representation of the pair so formed is, in case number 1 you have to form intersecting lines, and in case number 2 you have to show parallel lines. Clear, children? So let us discuss its first part. Given linear equation is equal to 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. For intersecting lines, children, you know very well that you have to go with this condition, that is a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. What are a1, a2? You know very well that they are the numerical coefficient of x in equation number 1 as well as in equation number 2 respectively. Similarly, b1 and b2 are the numerical coefficient of y in equation number 1 as well as in equation number 2 respectively. So any line intersecting with equation number 1, that may be 3x plus 2y minus 9 is equal to 0 or 3x plus 2y minus 7 is equal to 0. Children, make sure that you have to just satisfy the condition, that is a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. Fine, children? Now, children, question number 4th, B part. For parallel lines, children, you know very well what is the condition, that is a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 but not equal to c1 upon c2. And what was the equation we had in the statement, that is 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. So any parallel line to the given equation may be, it can be like this, 6x plus 9y plus 7 is equal to 0 or 2x plus 3y minus 12 is equal to 0. Children, these are two examples which I am going to give. Fine. So that this condition will be satisfied along with the given equation. So you can write any equation of your choice, but you have to keep the given condition of the parallel lines in your mind. Fine, children? This is not mandatory that you have to go with these very equations only. You can construct your own equations also. Fine. But make sure that the whatever condition is demanded, either it is related to parallel lines or as in the previous part it was related to intersecting lines, that must be satisfied. Clear? Now, children, let us switch to section C, that is 3 markers each. Draw the graph of the equation, that is x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 and 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Determine coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by these lines and x-axis. Fine. And you have to shade the triangular region also. Clear, children? This is the statement of question number 5. Let us start, children. As you have to show the graphical representation of the pair of linear equations in two variables, so definitely you have to draw both the lines on the Cartesian plane. So the very first equation is x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. So I am going to simplify it. It would become x plus 1 is equal to y. Fine. So now let us find the coordinates which I have to plot based on the equation number 1. So I am going to take the different values of x so that I can get the different values of y. So in first case I have taken x is equal to 0. If I am putting here 0, so I have got y as 1. If I am going to write x is equal to 4, so I have got y as 5. X is equal to minus 1, so y will be 0. So here are the points which I have to plot for equation number 1, that is 0, 1, 4, 5 and minus 1, 0. Let us discuss about equation number 2 now. This is 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. Plus 2y is equal to 12 minus 3x. So what would be y? Y is equal to 12 minus 3x upon 2. Now you keep on putting the different values of x. Suppose here if I put 0. So 3 into 0 will become 0. So what would be the value of y? That is 6. If here I put x is equal to 2. So it would be 12 minus 3 into 2, that is 6. So 6 upon 2 will give you 3. If here I put x is equal to 4, so 12 minus 12, that would give you 0. 0 upon 2 is also 0. So here are the coordinates of the next line which I have to plot on the Cartesian plane, that is 0, 6, 2, 3 and 4, 0. So now the points to be plotted are 0, 1, 4, 5, minus 1, 0. They are of equation number 1. 0, 6, 2, 3, 4, 0 are of equation number 2. So children, here is the Cartesian plane. You can see this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Fine. So let us start discussion. First of all, I have to plot 0, 1. Children, always make sure whenever the abscissa, or I should say the x coordinate is 0, then that very point will be plotted on y-axis. Here for these 2 points, for these 2 coordinates, you can see the same condition, right? So here I have plotted 0, 1 and here it is 0, 6. Clear? Let us discuss about these 2 points now. When ordinate is 0, or I can say that the y coordinate is 0. So these must be plotted on x-axis. But here you have -1, 0 given. So definitely -1 you will get here on left hand side of x-axis, right children? So this is -1, 0. And let us talk about 4, 0. It would be 4, 0. And next two are 4, 5. So how to go for 4, 5? 4 will be x coordinate, and what would be the 5? 5 will be y coordinate. This would be abscissa, this would be ordinate. So here I have plotted 4, 5. Next is 2, 3. For 2 definitely abscissa will be 2, and what would be 3? 3 will be ordinate. Clear children? And after that I have just joined these very points. Fine. To represent these points in a proper manner, even I have written the equations also with which equation basically these coordinates belong. Like here I have written the very first equation, that is x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0, means these very coordinates belong to equation number 1. And here I have written children equation number 2. These very 3 coordinates are related to equation number 2. Clear children? Now here I have given wherever both the lines are going to be intersect with each other. Fine, that very point I have considered as A. And you can easily see the coordinates of A point, that is 2, 3. Clear children? What else is asked in the question? That you have to tell the coordinates of those very vertices of a triangle which is going to be formed with these 2 lines along with x-axis. Fine children? So here you can see that I have shaded that very region where the triangle is going to be formed. 2 point of intersection I have already given as A point. Here I have given as B point, and here I have given as C point. So what would be the answer? How to calculate the coordinates of the vertices of a triangle formed by these 2 lines along with x-axis? So definitely it would be A, that is 2, 3. Next would be B, that is -1, 0. And next would be C, that is 4, 0. Fine children? So here is the complete solution. Clearly the lines are intersecting at point A, that is 2, 3. Hence x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. These are basically the solutions of both the equations. Thus the coordinates of the vertices of a triangle ABC are A 2, 3, B -1, 0 and C 4, 0. Clear children? Okay, now children, we are switching to next question, that is question number 6. 5 years ago, Neha was thrice as old as Rahul. 10 years later, Neha will be twice as old as Rahul. How old are Neha and Rahul? Basically, we have to tell the present ages of Neha as well as Rahul. So here is the solution. Let the present age of Neha be x years and the Rahul's present age be y years. Now according to question, in case number 1, 5 years ago, definitely the age of Neha will be, it was x minus 5, and 5 years ago Rahul's age was y minus 5. According to question, 5 years ago Neha was thrice as old as Rahul. This age was thrice. So what is to be done? Definitely I have to multiply Rahul's age by 3 so that both the ages will be equal. Correct? So here is, after solving, this is x minus 5 is equal to 3y minus 15. So x minus 3y is equal to minus 15 plus 5, that would give you minus 10. Now let us switch to case number 2. In case number 2, it is given that after 10 years, definitely Neha will be elder by 10 years. After 10 years, so it would be Neha's age, x plus 10, and y plus 10 would be Rahul's age. Neha was twice as old as Rahul. If this age is twice, so definitely I have to make Rahul's age as twice so that both the ages will be equal. So x plus 10 is equal to 2y plus 20. Clear children? Now, what is equation number 2? This is x minus 2y is equal to 10. This is equation number 2 which I have got after simplifying this equation, right? And equation number 1 I have written again. You could apply any of the method. I have applied elimination method because that is quite simple. Just subtracting equation number 1 from equation number 2. As subtraction is going to be happen, so the sign will be changed. This is minus, this is plus, this is plus. Plus x and minus x are going to be eliminated. Here I have got y is equal to 20. So now put the value of y in equation number 1. What is equation number 1? X minus 3y is equal to minus 10. X minus 3 into 20 is equal to minus 10. So x minus 60 is equal to minus 10. So what would be the value of x? That is minus 10 plus 60 means 50 years. So thus the present age of Neha is 50 years and the Rahul's present age will be 20 years. Clear, children? Now children, let us switch to next section, that is section D, 4 markers each. If two zeros of the polynomial, that is x raised to the power 4 minus 6x cube minus 26x square plus 138x minus 35 are 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3, then find other two zeros. Clear, children? So here is the solution. You will be having px given, which is a biquadratic polynomial. Fine. You had been given one zero, that is alpha. Let it be considered as alpha, 2 plus root 3, and another zero as beta, that is 2 minus root 3. So what is to be done in it? First of all, we are going to form a quadratic polynomial. For that, you have to calculate sum of the zeros, that is 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3. You will be getting result as 4. Alpha into beta, that is 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. This is a square minus b square, correct? 4 minus 3, because root 3 square will give you 3. Root 3 into root 3 is equal to 3. This is equivalent to 1. Now children, the required quadratic polynomial is equal to x square minus sx plus p. What was s, which we have just calculated? That is sum, which is equal to 4. So this is x square minus 4x. And what was product? That is 1. Children, just keep one thing in your mind, that using the zeros of the biquadratic, you have formed a quadratic polynomial. So definitely this complete quadratic polynomial will be the factor of biquadratic. And it will divide biquadratic exactly. Fine. So let us start a division now. This is complete biquadratic written. I am going to divide it by x square minus 4x plus 1. Here in quotient I have written x square. After multiplying this complete gx by x square, I have got x raised to the power 4 minus 4x cube plus x square. Changing the sign, x raised to the power 4 minus x raised to the power 4 has become 0. This is minus 2x cube minus 27x square. These two terms I have written as it is. Clear? Now I am going to multiply gx by minus 2x. By what value? Minus 2x. So I have got minus 2x cube plus 8x square minus 2x. Again changing the sign, minus 2x cube and plus 2x cube have become 0. Here after simplifying them, I have got minus 35x square plus 140x minus 35. Now I am multiplying complete gx, which is actually the divisor, by minus 35. So I have got minus 35x square plus 140x and minus 35. Changing the sign, all the three terms are going to be cancelled with each other and I have got the result as 0. Of course, I was going to get remainder as 0 only. Reason behind? Because x square minus 4x plus 1 is a factor of this complete biquadratic polynomial. Correct? Now as we have to calculate the other two zeros, so definitely I have to factorize qx, which is x square minus 2x minus 35 is equal to 0. So it would be x square minus 7x plus 5x minus 35, because I want sum as minus 2 and the product as minus 35. Now taking common x, it would be x minus 7. Here I am going to take 5s common. It would be plus 5 into x minus 7. So x minus 7 will be written once along with x plus 5. So after equating both the expressions equivalent to 0, I have got x is equal to 7 and minus 5. These are actually the other two zeros of the biquadratic polynomial. Clear, children? Now children, this is the last question. Solve the given pair of linear equation by reducing them to a pair of linear equations. You will be having this pair of linear equations given. You have to adopt which method? In which you are going to reduce this pair of linear equation to another pair of linear equation, which is actually the generalized form. Now the given equations are 1 upon 3x plus y plus 1 upon 3x minus y is equal to 3 upon 4. Another is 1 upon twice of 3x plus y minus 1 upon twice of 3x minus y is equal to minus 1 upon 8. As here children, you are observing that 1 upon 3x plus y and 1 upon 3x minus y are common. So let us assume them as u and v. So what the equations will become now? It would be u plus v is equal to 3 by 4. Look, u plus v is equal to 3 by 4. While cross multiplying, you will get 4u plus 4v is equal to 3. That would be considered as equation number 3. Now the next equation will be, this is complete u. So it would be u upon 2 minus this is complete v. It would be v upon 2. See, u upon 2 minus v upon 2 is equal to minus 1 upon 8. This is minus 1 upon 8 written here. Correct? Taking 2 as LCM, you will be getting u minus v upon 2 is equal to minus 1 upon 8. While cross multiplying children, what you are going to get? This minus 2 will go on right hand side. Cancel them. You have got minus 1 upon 4. Fine. Now cross multiply. You have got 4u minus 4v is equal to minus 1. This 4 has gone on this side. 4u minus 4v is equal to minus 1. This is equation number 4. Equation number 3, this I have written again because I have to adopt any of the algebraic method to solve them now. I am just going to add both the equations. Because here you can see while adding 4v will be eliminated with negative of 4v. They both are going to be cancelled with each other. Correct? So I will be getting 8u is equal to 2. So what is u? U is equal to 1 by 4. Put the value of u in equation number 3. What is equation number 3 children? This was 4u plus 4v is equal to 3. 4u plus 4v is equal to 3. So at place of u I am going to put 1 by 4. 4 into 1 upon 4 plus 4v is equal to 3. They are cancelling. 1 plus 4v is equal to 3. So 4v is equal to 3 minus 1. That is 2. So what is the value of v? V is equal to half. U is equal to 1 by 4 and v is equal to half. But we want the answers of the variable x as well as y. Now children, what was our assumption? 1 upon 3x plus y was considered as u, which is equivalent to 1 by 4. Just found the value now. 1 upon 3x minus y is equal to v is equal to half. After taking reciprocal, you have got the equation 3x plus y is equal to 4 from here. And from here we are going to get 3x minus y is equal to 2. Let us consider them as equation number 5 and equation number 6. Correct? Now I am going to add both the equations. Plus y and minus y cancelled. Here I have got 6x is equal to 6. So what is the value of x? That is 1. Put the value of x in equation number 5. So after putting the value in equation number 5, I have got 3 into 1 plus y is equal to 4. That is 3 plus y is equal to 4. So what is y? That is 4 minus 3, which is equivalent to 1. So thus x is equal to 1 and y is also equal to 1. I hope children that you may have done very well in your test. Suppose if you have not performed well, then there is no need to be worried. Fine. I have just told you the solutions of all the questions. You please, after coming to know about your mistakes, you have to do the correction work. The same homework I am going to give you today. So your homework is you have to do the corrections of the test if there are mistakes. If there are no mistakes, it means that is very, very well for you, right? And along with it, children, you have to revise examples 11 to 19 of chapter number 3 from NCERT in practice notebook. Clear children? That's it for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.